All right, I'm back. Yuna's home from school. And we have 9 minutes left before we have an AI. I was wrong. I thought it'd be done. It's not done. But it is oh so very close to being done in 8 minutes. Let's go back and have some fun with this. So, I've already been thinking for the last hour about how to deal with this. All right, I'm reading right now, if you care, about colliders because I want to know when you're dealing with colliders for something like this, which is a collection of different sprites that are all arranged in a pile order, if those colliders are going to affect each other and try to make them push away from each other. I assume the answer is yes. If that's the case, then the collider has to be this composite of all of this crap. If the collider works based on each layer, that would mean you could have a shield layer and a sword layer, or in other words, you could have a left side and a right side attack, which would be very interesting. It'd be an interesting mechanic, but I don't know if it's possible. So, anyway, can colliders overlap even if objects are on different sorting layers? Yes. Sorting layers only affect visual appearance. They have no effect on colliders. They will always interact. They will always overlap, collide, and trigger regardless of what layer they are on. If you want to prevent collisions between objects, you can use physics layers and define a custom layer to your physics layers and assign all of the objects to that layer, and those will then apparently override some sort of collision matrix. So the use case is that players and enemies collide, but background objects, items carried by the player and others do not collide with themselves. So background objects can be told to not collide with players. For example, this knife won't collide with this shield. That's the main thing. And right now, nothing is colliding with this knight object. If I'm not mistaken, there's a rigid body, actually. Oh, there is a collider. There's a collider because I made this stupid 2D polygon one. So if I, again, select this knight and then... Excuse me. There we go. Good Lord. God damn. All right, so again, it's shitty, the one that we have. And apparently we can make a script that will take a prefab, which is what this thing is. It will take the sum of its parts, and it will draw an outline around the prefab depending on what given state it's in. Like, so for example, this knife is stabbed out forward. That prefab would then be drawn around the knife. It's exactly what we want. Thank you for the blessings, you bitches. I'm sorry for the sneeze. That was ridiculous. I swear to God, there's probably some sort of fucking creature up there. These caves are fucking big, unfortunately. And it's pretty easy to get around in there. Alright, so that's unfortunate. Yes, objects will still collide. We have to put anti-colliders on them and bullshit like that if we want to use that. But I still want to create this new thing. So I am going to have to make a script. So I need to do this. Okay, I need to go to the Unity project window. There's no Unity project window. I have to create a folder in the Unity project. So this is not the project. Oh, I guess, is this the project window? They call this the project window, this Object Explorer. That's what I call it. It's an Object Explorer, but it's a project window. Okay, so I can add a folder into here. That's what I need to do. So can I do that? Add folder? Yeah, okay. All right, so we're going to call that... Oh, I'm in night. I don't want to... So this is like DOS. All right, so see this... yeah, I can't duck very well. If you see here, we got Assets, Miniature Army 2D, Animation, Night here. Like, I just clicked the new folder button right up at the top of the project window over here, and it just put this folder in the wrong spot. I need to remove it. I will do that. Delete. Okay. So I need to actually be in the spot that I want to put the folder. So Assets, Packages, if I go outside Favorites, what if I do it now? What if I make a folder now? Now I'm outside of the Miniature Army. That's what I want to be. So I guess Assets is where we put this. And I'm going to call this Editor. Inside here, it looks like I think this is going to be more extensively used than you guys even know. Because this folder right here is where I'm going to put scripts that will automatically change assets into a certain kind of asset. For example, in this case, I'm going to be turning this asset into an asset that has a collider drawn around it. So with the AI designing my assets, which is what's eventually going to happen, they will be building assets for you. With that happening, I'm going to definitely need processes and scripts to put the Unity objects together. And if I can do that without artificial intelligence, it will be more reliable. So these scripts are exactly what we need. All right, so we're going to add this fucking script in here. It's another C# script, and another reason I really want to script. Okay, so we got this C# script. I'm going to call it... Add collider. I am going to hope that I can use it. We're going to use the editor and the engine this time. So add collider to children. Okay, I don't think this is gonna. I think this is gonna burst this this object we have apart. I think it's gonna be like, and it's gonna explode, which should be very entertaining. But I think that's what this does. So save, and there we go. And now it's got a script. It should come in here. Okay, so now that I have this assets editor here, and I've got this, and it does show all of my script here, I should be able to go back and right-click on the night, which I hope to be able to do, and then I should be able to do... Actually, I don't think I can right-click this. I think I have to go to Tools, and then Add Polygon Collider to All Children. Well... where did that come to? Why is that in my tools? That's the question. And the answer is because I put it there by putting this in here. Right there. See this tools menu item right there? It's right there. It says tools add polygon collider to all children. And this menu item is related to this function. So I just changed Unity, the entire fucking editor right now, by adding this script and gave myself a new ability that I didn't have before. That's how this kind of shit happens. You keep on adding and adding, and you never have to repeat yourself. That's the greatest part about game development, and even a good part about corporate development. You're not going to repeat yourself. Once you solve a problem, it's gone, and you have to find something else to slay. So hopefully this will work, but I at least got that menu item to show up, right? That's crazy. And obviously, if I right-click here, I don't think I'm going to find that. If I do, it would be really cool, but that's not what's happening. So I'm going to do it, and it looks like that happened. I ran that script by running that, and I don't think it worked, but it might have. Let's see. Oh my god, it did. Look, 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 look. You can see. Each one of them has a collider on it. They're pretty good, too. Oh, that's dope. This collider sucks, so I'm going to get rid of it. Oh, that's dope, guys. Look what happened. All right. I can remove this. I think I can remove this, too. Now, watch this explode. I'll bet this fucking shit explodes. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens to this fucking thing. We know that stupid polygon is not below it. Okay, it didn't explode. Okay. All right, I've got one. I got two. Let's line them up so we can punch them in the face. All right, oh, all right, they're in sync. All right, let's do it. Ah! Fucking A! That's what we do. That's how we fucking do. Boom. And we can do that to any asset we get, not just this one. Now adding polygons and having a standard. Again, bringing back the old coding commandments. Number 8, don't compromise standards. Instead of it being good enough, or using a capsule one, or being Mario Maker, we decided that even though this is just a tech demo, that we weren't going to fuck around with bad hitboxes, and now we at the very least have a standard. And we can even do better than this. I guarantee that we can make these hitboxes work even better, where when we hit him, that like he lurches and has like ragdoll physics and shit. Like, we need to make this awesome. But we at least have him now as excellent as these almost. We have 2 more functions that we gave the squares that we still have to give this knight. And the first function is the ability to move up, down, left, and right using the arrow keys or WASD controls, and I'm going to make it specifically the arrow keys this time so that he can have a different control than someone else. And we might make another one of these guys, these prefabs, fucking flip him, have him go the other direction, and then we can have them fight each other and give them personalities with AI and stuff. This is we're getting there. All right, so anyway, let's make him move. So what did we do to make this bitch move? Well, we had to get the player 2 movement script. We had to make a script for this bitch to move. And then once that script was in place, we were able to move it. I think with this one, there's more to it. I think that we not only have to move it, but we also have to coordinate animation with the movements. Also, I don't think we have to write the script, because I think that they already wrote one for movement, so we can just edit what they have if we don't like it. And I think it's here in the Knight folder under this. This is the piece. And I'm pretty sure we can't just add that. Oh, we can. Okay. That's an animator. That's already there, though, isn't it? Oh, wait, no. Sprite render Knight. Wait, what sprite render we already have? Transfer. I don't think that did anything. Player 2 movement animator. All right, it's Knight again. We do this. Put this here. Nothing happens. Okay. I'm convinced you can't use this in that way. And this is a controller, not an animator anyway. So let's get this controller in gear. What do we do to attach a controller to an object? I've got it. Alright, we got that. We've got the required components for movement, which are the rigid body. We have it. we have collider, we have a SICK collider, and we have an animator. So we have all the things we need to make this knight move around. Now we just need to put it all together. All right, now we need to go in the hierarchy and select this bitch. And from here, we want to look at add component of physics. So we don't have any physics components on this main thing. So let's go to add component, and we're going to put the 2D kind. Is it going to be an animation? I don't think it is. It's physics. I think it's... never mind. I don't think we need to do that. We need to know the script. But this is dot controller. All right, so that's all right. I need to ask it more specific questions. So let me look at this controller. I'm gonna open it, see what it is. Okay, wow, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So this controller is attached to the animator, and I think it's going to control the way this thing works. There are states that this guy can be in. This is really cool. This is a state map. So he can do any number of these things. Idle makes him jump around like this. This is what the animator is tied to when he's idle. And then when he's walking, he gets something. When he's casting, he gets something. He has an attack animation. He has a get hurt animation. He has a die animation and a victory animation. That's pretty extensive things that I don't have to program now because this thing is complete. Do I like that? Yes, very much. So that's all in the animator here. And then we have the inspector, which is showing this controller and each part of that controller. So again, we go here, and we went to this, and we opened it to get into the animator. Animator controller. And it's called knight.controller. Animator controller called knight.controller. Is it with an L? Yes, it is. And I may be missing something. So these are all the sprites. These are some scenes. I don't know what this even means. I don't think we need to deal with that. This is not a problem. These all have controllers. This is a thief controller. This editor does only what I did. So I don't see anything involving the control script for this. So, yeah, fucking wake up, Kuso Games. It's time. We're getting into some serious shit here. When I get out of these basic Unity things and have these characters be interactable, we're gonna get into here. I'm done. It's done, guys. The fucking AI is on my computer. So now I have this language learning model that is not tied to the internet on my frickin' server. That is sick. Let's load it. Okay, look at this. All right, now this is just an LLM. Look, it's like having ChatGPT, but it belongs to me. Oh, I have to get a model in here. Let's add that model. Yep. Failed to load. Oh, shit. So I'm guessing installing this is going to be ass, and that there's a bunch more stuff I have to do. I cannot wait to get to this point where I'm talking to this thing, because I am going to have control of its back end, all of it. And I'm going to be able to teach it how to give Unity commands. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to integrate this LM into these objects, and we're going to make them fight each other. It's going to be fucking hilarious. So anyway, stick in here. I'm not fucking around. We're doing something brand new. Really, I care about owning this AI. This thing needs to be mine. So, I don't want to. See, this is now I'm multitasking incorrectly. I need to get this fucking night done. So, let's do this first. And then when this is done, I'm going to immediately install the rest of the AI. So, the night's in the scene. Add component animator. So I need to do that. Let me see this. Does this have an animator? Sure does. Yeah, it's got its animator. It is the night animator. So that's exactly what it's supposed to have. I already drug it in there. It's got its rigid body. If I double click it in there, I can get the animator window, which is this. We've done all of this. So it's answering everything I've done already. And the states are present in here. All right, so these states all have animations already on them, right? Do they? They have to. I could add behavior to all of this, but idle is already working. I know it is because I saw him going up and down. It's how do we state change and stuff. That's the issue. All right, there's a parameter in the animator window. Where are the parameters? So there they are. They're here. Oh, shit. There's no parameters. That's not good. Okay. I don't think this is going to work. We've got keys on this. We can map some keys to this stuff. So I'm going to try to map WASD and J to attack, which is right here, K to cast, which is right next to it. And then I'm going to have some things I can do to invoke animations that don't necessarily work in the game the way they will. So, for example, if I want him to take damage, I can actually press the H key. If I want him to die, I'll press the X key. And if I want him to cheer, I can hit the V key. So these will see if I can do this. Again, we have die, hurt, attack, cast, sting. I have to change some of these. So let me make a script. Where do these scripts go? This goes to the night 8. It goes in here. So the game object right here. Script. Add component. New script. It's going to be night. Well, it already has an animator, though. But it's nightanimator.cs. We don't have a CS, do we? We don't. Did it come with one? Oh, I can't. I don't want to write this if I don't have to write this. So I'm going to look a little harder. Oh, wrong one. Grasshopper. There we go. Bunch of meta files. Read me. I might as well. Oh, it's totally going to be unethical. They're going to kill each other and shit. We're going to make them swear and drink and pee and shit and do everything they shouldn't do. We are going to make the AI that is an actual tool. It belongs to me. So, all right. I don't think that there is one. I don't think he gave us an animation script. So he's assuming that I no. He's assuming that I know how to do this. So I need to just go for it. It's funny I don't know any of it. We only know this, so let's put it in there. A new script. It's gonna be come on. New script. And we're gonna call it Night Animator.cs. I don't think that dots are allowed. I think it puts the CS on there whether I like it or not. And then I'd love to just open this up in Notepad immediately, but it sucks, so it will not be doing that. I have to go in and do it like this. And alright, so we need to uncapitalize this crap. Alright, so hold on. Walk is WASD. Casting is what it is. Hurt is hurt. Die is die. Victory is victory. Attack is attack. Walk is just walk. Get access raw. This is walk. There's the walk animation. So I'm guessing that this thing is not going to walk correctly when I use this. There it is. It's got that rigid body already in there. It's got its regular fixed update. It's everything that we saw before. Oh, I'm not showing you this. It's everything we did before with a script that will move them using specifically this time any WASD or so it's going to tie right in with the blocks. And then we've got all of these things. These should all work. These triggers should literally work. But the is walking, I don't think is walking is walk. I think it's walk. And this is my guess. So that matches. So save, load. Yo, Kurt Chaotic Tours, what the fuck is going on? Welcome to my fucking wicked world of game development. We are here in Unity fucking around. And I just fucked around and found out about this guy. We're going to try to use him now. Let's do it. It's going to fail catastrophically. That is my prediction. Oh my god, it didn't. Oh, it moves, but it sucks. Okay, so I expected that the walking animation wouldn't work. All right, so that does not mean anything. Let's use the other stuff. So what about X? None of this shit's working. All I'm doing is moving it. I'm actually not affecting the animator at all. So we're halfway there. We got the controller to move with these guys, and I can move this all together or not. It's the same as it was. And the collider should work, and everything is working but the script that I just wrote. So let's go back here. So this script sucks for a lot of reasons. I probably am calling for the wrong stuff, and I need to get this animator object, and I need to No parameters. I wonder if I need to put parameters in here to make this state change happen. It's always on idle, and then we're moving it. My script is here. Animator, 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 animator. It's an animator. It's a private animator called animator. It's on there. It knows it's there, and if the input key down key code is J, which I definitely did, it should be the set trigger attack, and it should go to attack state, which I probably shouldn't have done that. What am I missing? What am I missing to make this animate? Night animator. Did I call that? That's what I called it. Yes. This is my script. This is this script. We have the rigid body and the animator and the vector 2 movement. The night animator script is here. It's on there, and it clearly already works on the night, so it's collected on. It's already moving it with the this. This works. These two. Then this does not work. And why? Is it because and why does set trigger attack? Trigger. Isn't this not a trigger? It's a state. So wouldn't we want to set the state? I don't know. All right. Animator states need to be linked to clips. It is. Walk is walk. Casting is casting. Attack is attack. Hurt is hurt. Die is die. And victory is victory. The parameters match between the animator and the script. Parameters don't exist, so that's a problem. What are these supposed to be? Set trigger. There's no parameters. What do I do? All right, these are triggers. So that's what I'm calling our triggers. So if I make this trigger, what the frick is this? New trigger. What does it do? Add behavior. Just you can call it something. You can turn it on and off. And what? What do I do with this? Do I have to just call it something? I call it walk. I don't want to call it attack. If I call that attack, do that, and what the heck? And what that is? There are a lot of things that would make this better. Like being able to see the damn animations would be nice. There's things they could do. Alright, we need one that's called is walking, that's a bool. And we need attack. Oh, it's going to be called walk now. Bool is going to be walk. And then attack has got to be a trigger. Is this a trigger? It is. Okay, and this is a bool. So we're going to do triggers for everything else. The next one's going to be cast. Casting. And attack. And hurt. And die. Nope. Victory. Alright, so we've got all that, and they're all there. They're all correctly capitalized except for that one. And there they are. Spelling matters. Let's try it. I don't think this is going to work, but we'll see. He's idle. He moves. He does not walk. He does not do any animations. He doesn't die. He does nothing. So, failure. He's got attack. I'm going to try something else. I have parameters. They look like they're there. Definitely has the states on there. Transition conditions. Your animator transitions must match the conditions. Animator transitions aren't something I think I necessarily have. Transitions. Solo, mute. List is empty. Okay, so there's some... idle to walk. They're really... All right, I need to figure out how to add transitions. Oh, okay. So what we want to do is go from idle to walk by doing this. So that is how it's done. I don't know why they did not finish the job here. But you right click, make transition, and then you go to where it goes. So when idle goes to walk, there has to be something that happens. So, and we also want the walk to go to idle as well. So it's a two-way street. It's like roads in the highway. So once I've got that there, and then there's any state, which is very interesting. So we've got idle to walk and walk to idle. And then we've got any state, and any state should be able to go to any one of these. So make a transition to this, make a transition to this, make a transition to this. Again, I'm very confused as to why these transitions were not defined in the download. But whatever. Beggars can't be choosers. So once I've done that, then we have to set the conditions. So idle to walk depends on a condition. The condition is going to be that is walking is true. So that's what we want. How do we set that? Conditions list somewhere here. There it is. Can I add one? Yes. All right, so the condition I want for walk is that is walking is false. All right, the next one I want is any state. Wait, this is idle to walk though, so all I want is that. One per thing. And then this is gonna be walk to idle. Wait, walk to idle is false. So idle to walk is true. And walk to idle is false for walking. Okay, and now the rest of this should just be triggers. So I should be able to say this one is trigger. Oops. So we'll have this one be a, like, this is casting, so I need to make this casting. They make this one attack. This really reminds me of designing databases because you just have to constantly map all this crap all the time. We should be writing scripts that will automatically do these. If I wind up making a bunch of them with AI, the AI will be mapping all of this shit for me so that I don't have to do it. Let's see, or it won't be AI. It'll be like it'll be in this editor thing. It'll be the thing like we made the hitboxes for. So, attack. Needs to be attack. And hurt needs to be hurt. And die needs to be die. And victory needs to be victory. And that's going to be something I want to look at now. What's up, Morbid Gremlin? I am fucking doing game development. It is a new thing. Oh my god, that thing is going crazy. Stabbing Fro and 2. Can I make you die? Fucking die. You have to stay dead when you're dead, so we get to change that state. We can make him flop around. This is hilarious. Can I make you attack? Attack. I can make you have a seizure. I can make you attack. Alright, well, this is definitely a start here, what we've done. Yeah, it is crazy, but that's because we just don't have it programmed correctly yet. We've got some wrong transitions and things, and the funniest thing is that this idle state, which is what we really want to be in, is not happening correctly. This parameter for walk is wrong. It should be on or off, just like this, but the attack shouldn't be on. It should be walk like this. What happens if I do this? Does it walk? Let's see. It shouldn't walk unless I have the arrow keys going. That's not walking at all. Oh, it is walking. Very delayed. It's not facing the other direction when I turn. If I do this long enough, it does walk, and then it stops. And you can see it while I'm doing it. Like, I think you can pull this out. Can I pull this out? I sure can. Now I can run this game and see what the F is going on. So that's good. It's in idle state right now. And it's walking now for whatever reason. And now that I'm out, it's doing that. And I'm walking again. This is too long. The delay is awful. We need to fix that. But it does technically work. I need to change it so he turns around when I go left and right. Now let's deal with this other stuff. So casting. Casting is going to be L. What is it? No, casting is K. So casting, this is him right about to fire, and then he can attack like this. And that's just repeating. We don't want this to loop. We're going to want this to be a single strike. And also, as you can see, that knife ain't really cutting it as well as I want. Stop this guy. You can see it's looking like it's going to be carried correctly, but when it goes up, the handle stays there, but then it gets rotated around. So the way it should be held backwards, the way he's stabbing it. I have that thing in the wrong spot. But that's because I exchanged the item, because I wanted to see if I could exchange this child item. And you totally can. And it totally made a hitbox for it too. And that also means that we have to redraw the hitbox every time an item change happens with these people. Yeah, it probably does. Let's look at this idle state. Motion, I don't see anything like that. It's got speed and offset, transitions. I don't know. Matt Mattis, do you care to elaborate on how I might adjust that duration of the idle state? Because from what I see, I've got my script and that's not doing anything about that. It's the idle state is immediately set to walk when the movement magnitude is greater than 0. So it should happen pretty fast, but it's taking its time, and I don't want anything. All right. Okay, I'm gonna research a little more. So some delays. Alright, so yeah, finally I want to get the character sprite to switch. Okay, it's the transition that the problem is. There it is. Okay, so here we actually see stuff. These are like in Final Cut Pro. So, or in like Adobe Audition or Premiere or whatever the fuck you want to call it. There's the idle, there's the walk, and there's the transition here. So I should be able to, has exit time, let's fuck that. And 0-second transition. Where's that? I'm going to preview it. That looks much better. You can see the animation down here too. This is not bad. I don't like that this keeps playing after that. I don't know if it's some stupid thing or whatever. All right, that's great. That's great. All right, we need to go to each animation in the project itself, I think. So I'm going to stop this now. Each... Okay, so these are the animations. Loop time, that's what it is. So I want that to not happen for attack. I want that to not happen for die. I want that to not happen for hurt. I want that to happen for idle, and I want it to... I wonder if victory, I bet you victory probably should. Okay. All right, we need to return back to idle for every one of these now. So casting has to go back to idle. And in that transition, it's going to have no exit time. This thing needs another control on it in the script. And that script is going to have to say when you're not holding down the cast button that it stops. Casting is not important for this AI demo, so I'm going to skip this. Next is attacking. This is important, so we can cast later and it might be important, but well, for now we don't need that. So attack is going to need a transition to idle when it's done with the attack. And again, we just don't want to have so for each one of these things, exit time should be turned off. I believe I need to move stuff in order to expose all these arrows. Okay, that's a lot, and let's get into our script and deal with that. So here's the script. We're still working in the same one, so should be able to make a change to it to accommodate some of these additional things we want to do. So first, we have to add the sprite renderer to our variables. So that's right there. Now that's inside. And then from here, we also want to initialize the start sprite render. Everything should be initialized. There we go. All right, and now we've got update, and we can keep this. This is all good. And then we want to change the position of the sprite. So we want to put a condition on the set bool of is walking, wherever that is, which is this set bool here. So if I put this in here, if the movement is less than 0 of x, then it's going to be no flip. If it's greater than 0 in this direction, it means it's turned to the right, the movement's going to the right and not the left. Then it's going to be set to true and it will flip the sprite. So that will fix that. And the other thing I wanted to do is make it so that the cast held down. And again, K is for cast, which is very K. I gotta remember all these controls. I can change them, obviously, to whatever I want, but so I should be able to take this casting, this one right here, and it's key down K. I should be able to put a bunch more conditions on it, so that if it's true, then that means that it's key down, and it'll be false when it's key up. And what that essentially is doing is saying if you're holding down this button, it's gonna do the animation, and as soon as you put the fucking finger up. Hey, good job, Rat Jacket. I'm at level 80, like 5, and I have not had Byte Binge agree to play again, which sucks, because I really do want to play. I'm obviously very focused right now on getting this done. On Saturday night, I'm still going to fuck around every time. You're not going to see any of this. So, this Saturday, there's going to be a dumpster talk, unless Byte won't be there. And, like, I guess we could play Elden Ring. I really want to, but Byte's fucking, he's been like wanting to do all these retro things and having such a hard time getting his shit set up. I want him to be able to fucking do his stuff too. I'm about to fucking explode here. This is a totally crazy thing I'm doing. So Byte's world is exploded in a very different way because he has a newborn, and it's just, we'll make it work. We'll fucking make it work. Oh shit! You didn't know you told him that I was 100% in a bitch? That's totally me. I licensed that shit to him. I have signed documents that I gave him to have rights to that. And that is one of the most fucking loved songs he has. It's a sick-ass one. I've seen him play it live. I've had some opportunities in my life, dude. I'm very lucky. And I'm making more. It's just going to be one after another. Let's save this thing.
We're going.
Oh, I'm going too then. So, alright, I gotta go, unfortunately. It is now once again time to do family things. I will be back one more time later tonight. Like, it's probably gonna be between, like, 6:30-ish and 8-ish, I'd guess. Another couple hours to put in a full workday here. So until then, let's run this piece of shit real quick. Save this fucking thing. Let's see how bad this game works right now. Last fucking thing. I don't know what's all gone on. We're going to see this fucking game play right now. It won't even run. I've got it. Unrunnable. Alright, so that's the state we're at. Peace.